The Canon League season 1983-84 belonged, as it had in 6 of the last 8 seasons, to Liverpool. Like some expensive motor car, they just eased away from the field whenever danger threatened in the closing weeks, and so there were now the customary celebrations at Anfield at the end of the season. And for their manager, Joe Fagan, it was the perfect first year. As he put it so simply, after the new trophy was finally won and received, we deserved it. Well, we shall see now how that familiar story unfolded in a season when Ian Rush scored 47 goals in all for Liverpool, and we'll see quite a few of them in the next 90 minutes. Kenny Dalglish scored his 100th for the club. We'll be seeing that too. Away from Liverpool, there was a challenge from Manchester United. The late runs by Southampton and Nottingham Forest, the early promise of West Ham, and the arrival back in the top bracket of Chelsea, Sheffield Wednesday and Newcastle. 3 clubs of great tradition, huge support that will surely further strengthen the First Division. Now, we've tried to reflect all these things and many more besides in a broad sweep of the achievements of clubs big and small. It was also the season when the game lost 2 of its favourite sons. Kevin Keegan retired after his 2nd season at Newcastle, having driven them on to promotion to the First Division. One of the season's more emotional moments, that. Matched only by the retirement of Trevor Brooking from West Ham, a man who set and kept his own high standards of sportsmanship and skill through 2 decades at Upton Park. So this season we lost 2 star names, but it started back in August with the arrival of one, Charlie Nicholas, moving down from Celtic to Arsenal for £750,000, and Charlie's first match for Arsenal was against Luton at Highbury.
Charlie Nicholas on the ball at the moment, with a nice back heel finding Kenny Sansom. Nicholas again. And the linesman flagging, and the referee overruling him and saying, let's get on. Davis, only too eager to do just that, with a nice little toss in there, and the goal by Woodcock, and Arsenal in the lead. Certainly from Nicholas's point of view, a goal or 2 wouldn't come amiss. Well, he's chasing after this one, and it might yet fall for him. He's got McDermott. He's played a good ball there for McDermott, and it's carried there by Seeley, and his cross there was a poor one. Well, it looked for a moment as though something might have been opening up for Charlie Nicholas, and then denied what he thought would be a possible pot at goal. Donachie. Ricky Hill, played now for Paul Walsh. A brilliant equaliser. But it was a curious goal as well, because it looked as though Walsh had taken too long, and Robson was coming in, and it might even have been Robson who got a touch. But let's have a look. Well, that might have been an own goal. Nicholas. That's a good ball by Nicholas for Talbots. Pushed away well. McDermott coming in over the top. Well, he's a great taker of goals. His record shows that, Charlie Nicholas, over 50 last season for Celtic. My word, he set that up beautifully for Talbot. What a ball that was. Talbot dinking it forward for Tony Woodcock. Ball come for McDermott. Arsenal go into the lead again. Woodcock scored the first one and made the second one as the ball goes through to McDermott, and he lashes it, and it's 2-1. Ricks, outside him is Sanson, and Ricks, oh my goodness, what a tremendous shot there by Ricks. I thought we were going to start the opening day with one of the great goals of the season there for 1 split second. And certainly the 39,348 crowd here at Highbury must have thought so too.
Manchester United showed their colours by starting with a 3-1 home win against Queen's Park Rangers. And as Rangers showed by their good form all season, this was quite a significant result.
Awkward bouncing ball, dealt with well by Whiteside. Stapleton. And is that a penalty? It must have been mighty close. Duxbury takes the return ball superbly. Hucker's done well, and is that a penalty? Yes, this time it is. Well, Jeff Bray, the referee, refused the first appeal by Manchester United, but not the second. Arnold Muren, who scored once from the spot last season, has the opportunity to give Manchester United their first league goal, and does so. Manchester United 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0. Wilkins, Duxbury in a good position here. 3 players in the centre for him. It goes towards Stapleton. What a superb goal by Frank Stapleton. 17 minutes gone and Manchester United go 2 ahead with a beauty. More movement from Rangers in this second half. People taking up more intelligent positions, like Allen here. What a good turn as well. And the shot. Oh, it's in! What a lovely goal by Clive Allen. 10 minutes gone in the second half, and Clive Allen rewards Queen's Park Rangers for their best spell. Manchester United 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1. And Rangers are now making a game of it. Not long to go now. Stapleton. Graham on the left. Stapleton lets it go. Muren! Oh, what a beauty! Arnold Muren, 3-1 to Manchester United with only seconds remaining. Stapleton setting it up. Muren came in, and that great left foot sent the ball arrowing into the net. Hucker never had a hope.
And Manchester United followed that shortly afterwards with another seemingly significant result, a 1-0 win against Liverpool, also at Old Trafford.
Here's Duxbury. Graham. Whiteside is in the middle, so is Stapleton, so is Muren. And Graham has got round the back. And Stapleton! So simple. 53 minutes gone, and the value of wing play is proved again. Arthur Graham, who got his chance here this season because of injuries to Steve Coppell and Alan Davis, went down the right, and Manchester United pushed forward in the middle with 3 players waiting for the cross. The man who met it was Stapleton, and the score is 1-0.
But it was to be a patchy start for United. Between these 2 important wins came a 3-0 defeat away to Southampton.
Albertson, that was a nasty one. Williams did well, kept it down well. The goal really coming as the result of an error from Arthur Alberston. Just the question of playing the averages. So in my opinion, that was a foul by Worthington, who played McQueen. Williams, maybe a touch for Worthington, tries it himself. Oh, what a cracker! What a cracker! That's a marvellous one. And I would suspect that Manchester United may well have been thinking about the left foot of Frank Worthington, and instead they, and in particular Gary Bailey, were stung by the right foot of Steve Williams, who, having scored his first goal of the season in the 4th minute, now scores his second in the 17th. Shilton. More up than away. Oh, what a good save. Did well to get back, but I think he would probably concede that he had to make the second because he didn't make the first. Muren. Stapleton. Good save. But no time to take it. They certainly kept Peter Shilton as the busier of the 2 goalkeepers. Moran. Nick Holmes. Well, runs kindly. Holmes and Armstrong. David Armstrong with an absolute gift. And it must be said, the ball ran rather kindly for them on the far left corner, with Moran and Holmes trying to work some space. Holmes suddenly found the ball just where he wanted. It was a beautiful cross, and David Armstrong was unmarked. 3-0.
In London, they started to look towards Arsenal and to Spurs to make the early running. But it was West Ham who got off to a flyer and won against Spurs at White Hart Lane.
Alvin Martin, who scored last weekend against Birmingham City in West Ham's 4-0 win. Devonshire with the corner. Played wide towards Martin, in point of fact. Just got the touch.
And a goal by Whitten. 1-0 West Ham. Devonshire's corner comes floating in, knocked on there for Steve Whitten. What a good shot on the turn, like a whiplash there beyond Ray Clements. Cotty, a simple ball again for Bonds. Now here's Swindlehurst, a quick look around to see what might be on. Pike guiding it now for Stewart. Played on now this time for Cotty, but Stevens again has gone with him. Now can Cotty get it across? That's a good little cross by him. And another goal by Swindlehurst this time. Spurs caught out badly, and Cotty's persistence and a lovely little cross rammed home by David Swindlehurst.
West Ham reached the top by early September. They stayed there for 6 weeks, and then came 2 successive defeats. The first was at Stoke.
West Ham in this first half against the wind, and a battling Stoke City side are up against it a little. O'Callaghan got up well, and McCourtry it was who lifted it over his own shoulder into the net. And West Ham is certainly up against it now. Corners are always a threat with Stoke City, and how well O'Callaghan climbed to flip that one onwards. McCourtry hooking the ball almost over his own shoulder, and Stoke City take the lead against the First Division leaders. McCourtry let it through to Goddard and then brought him down, and that's a penalty. So the young man who had given Stoke the lead in the first half, responsible for giving West Ham the opportunity to equalise. He didn't realise Goddard was so close. When he did, it was too late, and his wild tackle brought Goddard down. No question, a penalty. But he doesn't miss that. The Ray Stewart style of penalty taking, hard and very, very firm indeed. Sadness for McCourtry. Stoke 1, West Ham 1. Just coming up to an hour gone. And the header by Painter, a fine save by Parks. And in the end, it was Chamberlain who forced it home. So unlucky for Phil Parks. Had done so well. Painter's close-range header producing a superb save, but when the ball came out in that melee of players, Chamberlain was the quickest to react and forced the ball home. Stoke are back in front. 69 minutes gone. Stoke City 2, West Ham 1. You can only feel sorrow for Phil Parks, who initially had made a good save. James. Thomas gets the goal that will give Stoke surely a victory. And once again, you can but feel sorry for Phil Parks.
Then Liverpool came down to Upton Park.
Well, the wind has really carried that an enormous distance. Bond's in trouble. There's Robinson, and Liverpool take the lead. Michael Robinson. And he had to be brave. That enormous kick by Grobbelaar, fooling Bonds completely, and the header found the net. So, disappointment for West Ham, but for Michael Robinson, his first ever league goal for Liverpool. Good layoff, and a better ball still by Dalglish to Johnston. Robinson continues his run in the middle. Souness, and Robinson, that's his second. And Liverpool take a 2-0 lead. Well, once again, Liverpool's stylish play down the left-hand side, important in the goal. It was a fine cross by Johnston. Bonds, a poor clearance really. Souness had the first effort and Robinson finished off. Robinson has worked tirelessly for Liverpool's cause, particularly since Johnston was sent off and they were reduced to 10 men. He really has had an excellent game. Here's Lee. Souness. Dalglish wanting it. And Robinson. And that's the hat-trick! And the man of the match, deservedly, gets number 3 for Liverpool. A good build-up. Lee and Dalglish involved, but Robinson's finishing was immaculate. Looking. Forced wide, but here's Devonshire in support. Good run. Oh, and it's in! Devonshire gets the consolation goal, and the conditions perhaps had something to do with that. As Devonshire hit the shot, the ball off the slippy turf deceived Grobbelaar.
So West Ham were toppled. Manchester United now went to the top. Liverpool lost that match at Manchester United. Then, amazingly, they lost at home to Sunderland. Critics shook their heads, and Liverpool replied. They won at West Ham and Queen's Park Rangers. They beat Luton 6-0, and then they faced their Merseyside rivals Everton at Anfield.
Dalglish, again trying to get it inside. Harper does so this time as Nicol makes a good break. Played in there, Southall did well, can Rush get in there? 1-0 to Liverpool. Ian Rush, the man who just can't stop scoring goals, has got the vital first one in this derby game. Souness. And again Souness. This time for Dalglish. He's got Rush waiting in the middle. Off the post. And it's in there by Robinson. Started by Neil. Souness now for Dalglish. Played in there, hammered against the post, and then put away by Robinson. Sheedy playing it now, sharp. Now can he finish this one off? Oh, a little chip and a good effort. Beautifully pushed away by Grobbelaar. Well, a classy piece of play there by the Everton striker. Having been put through like this, spotted Grobbelaar, was maybe 5 or 6 yards off his line. A long-range chip and Grobbelaar getting back to palm it away. Good play by Graham Sharp, and the first real spark we've been able to see from him, unsupported though he has been. Dalglish finding Rush, and now Mark Lawrenson. Missed him once more. And the header goes down, and it goes in from Steve Nicol, and that makes it 3. Well, you have to say, if anybody today deserves a goal, Steve Nicol for his work down the left-hand side, particularly in the first half, does. And now, as he moved into a central position, he's there to finish off.
So Liverpool again setting out their stall in formidable style. Now, that was a match seen live on television. That was another milestone this season. The first game to receive live exposure probably turned out to be the best. Spurs against Nottingham Forest. There was a carnival atmosphere in the sunshine at White Hart Lane that day, but the 30,000 crowd went away remembering a pulsating game of football.
Stevens again. Now, Steve Wigley. Fairly newcomer to this Nottingham Forest outfit. Very speedy down that right flank, and Spurs will be aware of him. His little back heel putting Anderson in. Bertels is in there too, and he can't quite reach it. Walsh! Walsh has scored, and Forest go into the lead. Well, it was the back heel by Wigley in the first place, putting Anderson in. And although Bertels couldn't quite reach it, Walsh did. Falco. Now Brazil onside. Falco's made a great burst through the middle. Mabbott's up there with him as well. Support from behind by Hollow. Here he is. Touched in again towards Galvin. A nice little cross there towards Falco and Mabbott. And in the end, it's Houghton. And in the end, Van Breukelen is down as Mabbott went in and
Spurs came as close as they'll get to getting the equaliser without actually doing it. Comes up from Van Broekelen.
Houghton's gone free.
There's Houghton. Got Galvin away on the left. Good attack developing here from Spurs. Needs a good cross and may have got it. Mavin up there, better than anybody. Hoddle with the shot and a great save by Van Broekelen.
Houghton. That might come for Hoddle.
There's the... Oh, pushed away well again by Van Broekelen. A slap of disappointment there from Hoddle. He thought he just curled that into the far post. But Van Broekelen, not for the first time today, was equal to it.
Roberts, Hook is away on the right of him. Busy little stride.
Gets a good cross in to Stevens! 1-1. Tremendous cross, Ian.
Oh, yes. I mean, as you were saying, little Vicky strikes a lovely ball. But he did well getting to the line. Hooked a beautiful ball at the far post. And in comes Gary Stevens, thank you very much. And it's all square. Terrific goal, Brian.
Brook. That's a free kick. Brook will take it. With just 5 minutes left now and the score 1-1. Falco! Oh, whether Archibald got the final touch. Well, it was Falco's header, and they will argue amongst themselves as to who claims it. But Spurs are into the lead in a dramatic last few minutes here. There's Falco's header, and Archibald, in fact, on that slow motion, seems to be the one who actually put it over the line.
As in every season, of course, we had a liberal sprinkling of crazy results. Wolves, for example, were relegated from Division 1 with only 29 points, but 4 of those were won at the expense of Liverpool. 1-1 at Molineux, 1-0 at Anfield. And Liverpool also caught a cold the day they visited Coventry and faced a tiny whirlwind called Terry Gibson.
And Coventry's free kick to be taken by Stuart Pearce, who was playing in the Alliance League just a couple of months back. Looking for the tall figure of Dave Bamber, number 9. Little Gibson is there. And a good effort. And Gavard didn't hold it. And he held the second one. He didn't. It's there. And Platnauer got in to score. Grobbelaar in despair. Terry Gibson caused the first concern. Grobbelaar didn't hold his shot. In came Nicky Platnauer. Got a jab on it. It hit the goalkeeper and it rolled. Yes, he went his head to it as well. Over the line. 40 seconds is the time of the goal. And Nicky Platnauer, 22 years old, who came here from Bristol Rovers following the manager Bobby Gould, is the scorer. There are 3 the other way for Coventry. And Bennett may go again. And Gibson off the post and in by little Terry Gibson. 2-0 to Coventry. Roberts. Bennett takes on Hansen this time, and he gets round again, although Bennett has actually taken the outside route against Kennedy and Hansen, and he's profited from it several times. He forced a corner there, which Gin will take. And Bamber is forward, and Gibson shot, and number 3. Grobbelaar stands and wonders what's happened here. And what has happened is that Liverpool are 3 goals down. And Gibson has beaten Neil. Is it on here for number 4? Gin and Bamber to his right, and Gibson has completed a hat-trick. What a marvellous day for Terry Gibson and for the supporters. Into Coventry from Spurs, only 5'5". But when he beat Phil Neal there, he had two choices. Does he pass to his right, or does he go on himself? He curled it round Grobbelaar, in off the post. It's 3 goals for Terry Gibson.
Meanwhile, Manchester United kept going with a 1-1 draw at West Ham, where the biggest talking point turned out to be the efforts of the referee Clive Thomas, who also retired this season, to cut short all celebrations after the 2 goals.
Steam once more towards Stapleton. Wilkins, a goal!
I'm interested what Clive Thomas was doing there in amongst the celebrations, telling him to get back to the centre of the pitch. I've not seen a referee do that before.
So there could be work now for Gary Bailey as United organise their defence and Jeff Pike prepares to take the corner for West Ham.
And it's there! It's Swindlehurst, and it's 1-1. And again the referee breaking them up and saying, get back into the middle. Smiles everywhere at Upton Park.
And Manchester United then went on to register a 4-2 win against Spurs at Old Trafford.
Graham. Oh, and Stevens let it go, it's in! Arthur Graham played that ball in, and Gary Stevens let it go, and Spurs are stunned. There seemed to be absolutely no danger whatsoever, and Ray Clements also deceived, and Manchester United are into the lead. And Hoddle, O'Reilly's forward again with a header. Brazil's in there. Oh, that's a fine goal, Alan Brazil. After 54 minutes, a superb individual effort, and he equalises here for Tottenham. Glenn Hoddle chipping the ball up, Gary O'Reilly a useful header on, but watch Brazil, left foot acrobatics in the corner. Referee in the way there, Moran. And now Graham. And Stapleton, Clement saves. Corner to Manchester United at the Stretford end. Right across, and it's been driven in by Moran. Kevin Moran makes it 2-1. Arnold Muren with the in-swinging corner. Hoddle stretching, none of them made it apart from Moran, and that's 2-1 after 55 minutes. And Brian Robson comes surging forward through the centre. Stapleton is out right, Muren is on the left. Stapleton. Stapleton shot, fine save by Clements. And Moran's in there again. So too on the far side was Arthur Graham. And he makes it 3-1. His second goal of the match, and the second that Spurs have conceded from a corner. Taken this time by Ray Wilkins. Again the near post ball. Moran with the flick. Graham holding off, diving to head the ball into the net. And at that stage, with Spurs 3-1 down, they're going to bring on Ozzy Ardiles. But has he come on too late, I wonder, to influence the way this game is going? We shall see. O'Reilly looks for Falco. Ardiles touch, and Falco's in, and it's a goal! Well, talk about instant action from the man who's just come on. Falco the scorer, but Ardiles makes a goal with his first touch in league football since last February. No sooner had he got on the pitch than he knocked the ball forward, and there was Falco to push it past Bailey. So, the fans enjoying their football here. And Manchester United, who lead 3-2, have a free kick, which Ray Wilkins and Arnold Muren are preparing for. And indeed, that was Muren, and Stapleton got up. Oh, it's a mistake by Ray Clements, and a goal. Kevin Moran in again, and Clements mortified.
By the halfway mark in the First Division season, the top of Division 1 showed Liverpool in first place, followed by Manchester United, West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Southampton, and Coventry, who were later to struggle against relegation, a battle they won right at the end. Well, let's break for a moment then at half-time from all that intense and meaningful action and look around at one or two other moments well worth recalling. The quickest goal of the season, scored after only 10 seconds by Wimbledon's Kevin Gage in their match against Gillingham in May. Well, Wimbledon lost that day, but also celebrated their promotion to Division 2. Certainly our footballers played in all conditions. Nothing could beat the conditions, though, when Leicester City faced Southampton. A downpour, and in the end, the inevitable postponement.
And the rain absolutely lashing down, and parts of the pitch already very soggy. Life for the linesman, not too clever either. Stuart Jones with the yellow flag there. Moran. And here's Linex. Well, on another day, he would have got away there, and little swimming gesture by Steve Linex as he fell, as if to indicate that that's the only way to get through. It's all something of a lottery. Well, it won't run at all. Rofe with the kick. Oh, he's taken a tumble in, striking the ball. Here's Baird, and he's down as well. Kevin McDonald can't even carry it 5 yards. Look at that. And he's got players all around him from Southampton and still manages to get it away. Up to Lineker, who takes on Mark Wright and forces a corner. And Lineker. And the referee has had to bring it to an end, and frankly, I'm not surprised.
Come rain or shine, the character of the year was surely Liverpool goalkeeper Bruce Grobbelaar.
Grobbelaar in trouble from Harford's jump, played back by Gale. Hopkins, and Harford is onside, a real chance for him, and well saved Grobbelaar. Grobbelaar had already made up his mind to come, and looks up in the role now of a midfield player. Rogers, great save, Hopkins and Grobbelaar. Grobbelaar with the unorthodox, and Birmingham have got numbers darting through the middle, but Grobbelaar is again there first, and Grobbelaar has lost it. Rogers with the corner, and Grobbelaar for Harford.
Bruce's Liverpool teammate Kenny Dalglish, already scored 100 goals for Celtic, reached a unique landmark in the game at Ipswich when he scored his 100th goal for Liverpool as well.
And Walk now seen in defence. It's been played short for Dalglish. He's got it! That's the goal that Kenny Dalglish wanted. He's made history. No wonder the Liverpool players go to him. And what a goal with which to clinch the century. Cutting in from the right and firing it beautifully wide of Cooper into the far side of the goal. Well, that's quite a moment to witness, especially for those of us here at the ground, and it'll be recorded throughout football.
Kenny, of course, is the hero for so many youngsters right around the world, and particularly on Merseyside. And 6-year-old Ben McGee from Liverpool did something about it. He told his mum he was going out to play. Instead, he took his boots and his Liverpool strip to Anfield. He talked his way past the doorman and gave himself, and those who saw it, a moment to remember. Well, that was certainly a storybook afternoon for young Ben. And later in the season, just half a mile away at Goodison Park, there was a storybook afternoon for 18-year-old Robbie Wackenshaw, making his first appearance for Everton against Manchester United.
Wilkins there to gather. It falls for Richardson. Now for Bailey. Sharp and King.
Placed there! And Wackenshaw. Oh, there was a terrible scramble at the far post. But it's Wackenshaw who's gone roaring away towards the crowd. King there, and Wackenshaw, the number 7, the 18-year-old, playing his first game in the Football League, puts Everton into the lead.
It's been a fantastic day. Woke up this morning absolutely. I couldn't get to sleep last night, actually. I keep waking up during the night thinking, oh, what's going to happen tomorrow? And it's been a great day, really great day, especially scoring. The only disappointment was when I got cramp at the end, I had to come off, so I was loving it. So I wanted to go over to them at the end, but I couldn't.
Yes.
Couldn't get over there.
And I think your mum and dad had come down from Newcastle, hadn't they?
Yeah, they're in the players' lounge now. They'll be waiting to see me. My dad will be proud as punch because he used to be a player in his younger days, and he had to stop because he had college problems. So it's been his day, really. He's been probably the proudest person in the stand today, my dad.
I'm sure he has.
Yeah.
So who was the fan of the year? Well, possibly Muffin at Notts County. He might well qualify. He's got his own season ticket next to his master. They say he never misses a game, and they also say he's rarely been known to complain, even though Notts County were relegated. But complain, this cameraman did, though only for a moment.
Wigley, Hodge, almost found the way through. What a job it is to be a photographer. He took that full in the face and was knocked straight off his stool. I wonder if the shot had linked.
A word for Trevor Senior of Reading. He scored 41 goals in all to help his club to promotion to the 3rd Division. And on the subject of goals, you just can't keep Ian Rush out of it. On an October day against Luton, Ian scored 5 times. And on the very same day, Tony Woodcock did the same for Arsenal, away to Aston Villa. And to think that neither event was covered by the TV cameras. But the cameras were there when John Dean of Norwich, helped by 2 penalties, scored 4 times in a 6-1 win over the Cup finalist Watford.
Dean, a mighty clearance. And it might get for Dean! And he's got it in!
Well, a remarkable goal for Norwich. You can't get more direct than that. And no wonder they're smiling. They can't believe what a crazy goal to get.
Shannon. He's turned his man well.
Dean trying to get in there. Rosario also. And in the end, Watford get it almost away. And Downs will claim that one. I think Shannon also feels he might have got a touch. But Greg Downs was the man who had the original shot. And it's in the back of the Watford net for the 2nd time.
Taylor caught off balance. Dean trying to get it down for Shannon. Played it again for Dean. Tremendous goal. 3-0.
And the 2nd of the game for John Dean. But a lovely touch by Shannon on the way. No wonder they're going across to Mike Shannon also.
Barnes. Riley. Woods is out of his goal. And it's put in by Johnson.
Well, that was a mucky goal for Norwich to give away.
Towards Rosario, but it's Terry who got the header. And now a penalty for Norwich.
Shoving down. Well, we can see now, it was probably Steve Terry, I think, who was doing the shoving down. There he is. And the referee had no doubts at all about it. Now, John Dean gets the opportunity of showing George Riley how to take penalties. He also gets the opportunity of getting himself a hat-trick. And he scored from the penalty spot 2 seasons ago here against Steve Sherwood. And he's done it again. His hat-trick, and And now 4-1 to Norwich City. Well, he had no chance. And Jacket gets it back. And Donovan might go all the way. It's another penalty. Well, a chance for John Dean. Well, he and Mike Shannon are looking at each other to see who should take it. And Steve Sherwood knows he's got to face another penalty. Dean's going to take it and could make it a personal tally of 4. It's the same side. It's the same results. And it's 4 goals now for John Dean and 5 for Norwich. Haylock. Rosario. Mendham for Devine. What a great save! Oh, it's in the back there for a tremendous goal. Beautifully struck by John Devine. It looked for a moment as though Sherwood flying across his goal had done enough, but the power of the shot beat him, and Devine, incredibly, makes it 6. Powerful shots. Goalkeeper got his hands to it, but couldn't stop it going into the back of the net.
Danny Wallace of Southampton scored 2 of the best and most surprising goals of the season for Southampton in their win over Liverpool.
Right. Worthington. Beautifully done. And Wright has moved up to the far post for the return. And Gobelin changed his mind. Wallace! Oh, I say! What a magnificent goal! Determination and typical from Mills. And Dalglish and Williams met pretty solidly then. Dalglish got the worst of it. Oh, well taken by Wallace. Hanson trying to ease him away, which he does. Cross is too strong. Tuckett needs help. Sees Dennis. Wallace! Extraordinary header, really, because it seemed as though he wasn't sufficiently far wide. But he got it very much off the side of his head, and it flew past Bruce Gobelin.
But nobody had a more frustrating season than Glenn Hoddle of Tottenham. Injury ruled him out for most of the season, but against Watford, he gave us a goal to remember.
Galvin. Brook. Hoddle with a beautiful piece of skill. What a magnificent goal by Glenn Hoddle. Everything about that goal was glorious. The turn, the move into space, and at the end of it all, the chip into the far corner.
Well, let's get back now to the race for the titles. And in the second division, the 3 promotion sides, Chelsea, Sheffield Wednesday and Newcastle, were always amongst the front runners, along with Manchester City. But somehow there was an air of destiny about Newcastle's drive for the first division, with Kevin Keegan in his last season their inspiration, as Charlton Athletic discovered early on at St James's Park.
Here's Moore. In support is Grit. There are 4 waiting in the middle. Had to be taken quickly by Carney. Charlton get their first corner, which I would imagine Hazelwood may try to curl in with his left foot, because that's the way they work them at Charlton, on that side. Moore is on the near post, Hale's almost on the line, and Les Berry in support. And away by Ryan. Dowman got a header in. Curtis with a shot, and it's gone in. A real blow for Newcastle. McDermott. Beardsley again. Anderson's there as well. So is Ryan, the other fullback. And Ryan got the ball in the flick on was by Waddle. And there it is! And of course, it's Kevin Keegan. Who else? 1-1. Good header, Keegan to McDermott. Anderson's gone down the right wing. And that's going to be a corner. McDermott with the kick. And Keegan again! To Newcastle, and Keegan sees the fans happy, and Lenny Lawrence can only reflect that you do everything you can in defence, and you'll still turn again.
And Keegan scored 2 more when Newcastle went to Portsmouth, now ably assisted by Peter Beardsley.
And Waddle breaking forward, and Newcastle have 3 against 1 here. The one is Sullivan. The chance for Keegan. The goal for Keegan. In the 3rd minute. Keegan is away here. And Beardsley. Will he walk it in? He does. Peter Beardsley in stoppage time at the end of the first half. Sullivan looking around to see what was on at the throw, and there wasn't a great deal initially. And a goal! Webb stuck out a foot. And here's Waddle. In turn, examining the fullback, who is Sullivan. And they've left McDermott. And Keegan, the linesman flags. Keegan's celebrations are cut short. Offside given. Beardsley waving Keegan on. Now it's a race on with Tate. And Tate doing some holding, but Keegan's got the strength. And has Beardsley got the finish? 3-1. They contrived it between the 2 of them. And Keegan shows his appreciation because it was Beardsley's pass that initially set him on his way. Waddle is left Sullivan this time, and Newcastle are outnumbering Portsmouth in this attack. Waddle goes his own way. And Beardsley couldn't quite collect the rebound off the goalkeeper. And Keegan, goal given. They looked at the lines for the 2nd time, but after having one disallowed for offside in this half, Kevin Keegan leaves Alan Knight on his knees. And Newcastle have 4.
But what price Manchester City? They looked a good bet when they went to Chelsea and won. The home team had the chances, but a brilliant free kick took the points.
Puts Dixon in possession. And this is Kerry Dixon. And Speedy! It came at him so quickly, he appeared to miss a great chance. Kerry Dixon, such an opportunist. No wonder he scores goals. Here's John Hollins. And Dixon's flick, and Speedy's on the run. Took it early. And it fizzed wide. Dixon, the provider this time, with the flick on. Spackman. Dixon is chasing this. Oh, what a good effort. You don't need to ask why Kerry Dixon has scored 17 goals in his first season in this division. Oh, that's a foul by McLaughlin on Kinsey. Well, it's a while since the Chelsea defence was examined, but they might be now in the last minute of the first half. Tolmie and McNabb are the players nearest the ball for City. Bond is just behind them. And Tormey tried one. Oh, I say, that's some goal. That is some goal by Jim Tormey. It's against the run of play, but the free kick was curled with pace by Tormey. Nijveski couldn't get there, and Chelsea, after having nearly all the play, find themselves a goal behind. A cluster of players waiting to come in from the far side. And City played an offside trap that didn't work, and is that it? No. Well, those defenders would only have had themselves to blame. They all pushed out when the free kick was taken, and they left 3 Chelsea players to come in. Dixon had the chance, it's a corner. And a great save by Alex Williams from Joey Jones. Joey Jones was unlucky. It was a good header, but what a fine flying save by the City goalkeeper.
And Manchester City followed up with a gritty 1-1 draw away to 5th-placed Grimsby.
The crowd a little angry that probably conceded the throw, but obviously didn't get a shout from his goalkeeper. Tommy. Nothing coming up from the back. When it wasn't a bad effort, and it's in! What a superb goal! The ball hooked over his own shoulder into the back of the net, and Parlane gives Manchester City an early lead. Bonnyman, Twinkle, Waters takes over, Ford in support. Williams save, and it's in! Wilkinson, and that will give Grimsby hope. 6 minutes into the second half, and Grimsby have equalised. The ball pulled back, and Williams, when he thought he'd made a save, saw the ball drop perfectly for Wilkinson to rub it straight back into the net. His 10th goal of the season. Grimsby won, Manchester City won.
Sadly for Manchester City, though, their season came apart in the last crucial weeks. The staying power shown by Sheffield Wednesday just wasn't there. Wednesday were in the top 3 all season, and whether you like their direct style or not, it was certainly effective. Here they are against Charlton.
Virtually all the outfield players converging on that middle third of the field. This is Verratti for Sheffield Wednesday. Grit made it difficult for him, but he did well. Madden. Oh, and a snap out of Blood Bannister. It's a superb goal. Only 5 minutes gone, and Sheffield Wednesday take the lead. Imre Verratti helping to set it up with that fine run down the left, holding off Grit's challenge, playing it back for Madden. His cross was dangerous, but how well Bannister finished. Good header by Dowman. Shelton onto it quickly. Verratti. Well, he really struck it with some force. Hales up. Smith forward. Madden's interception. Cunningham gets in behind the defence. And what a brilliant save. What a brilliant save by Johns. Well, a lively old start to the second half. Ronnie Moore gets it clear. Straight back to Megson, though. Cunningham up well. And it's in. Shirtlift diving full length on the line to turn the ball in. And poor Nicky Johns, who'd made that brilliant save, is beaten from the resulting corner. Cunningham heading it back across the face of goal. Shirtlift diving forward. It's 2-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. Charlton now know that they've got a very, very difficult job on here. Sheffield Wednesday, one of the most prolific scorers at home in the division. Charlton's scoring record away from home is very poor, and they could be facing another uphill hurdle here. Cunningham, it's 3-0. Well, just as I was about to say it, Cunningham proved it. 3-0, the break down the left, 2 goals in the space of a minute. It was so easy when the ball came in. Cunningham just had to side-foot it into the corner of the net. Well, everybody left it to each other. Makes them forward. Cunningham, great pace. Penalty. It had to be. The inevitable conclusion as goalkeeper and striker met. Ireland against Johns. Well, he really hit it with some power, but Nicky Johns was having a remarkable day. Turned it over. Oh, Bannister's clear. Downman's mistake. Berardi unmarked. How about that? Imre Berardi. Cheeky, cool, and calm. It's 4-0. Downman's mistake. Bannister couldn't believe the gift. Slid it across the penalty area to Berardi, who knew exactly what to do and did it. This is Smith. Robinson. Charlton, to their credit, have kept going. Smith. Robinson offside. No! More! And Sheffield Wednesday angry as Ronnie Moore does a victory jig. And certainly there was a suspicion that Robinson was offside. The referee looked at it as he slid the ball in the middle. Ronnie Moore side-footed it in, and Charlton get a goal back.
We'll come back to the run into the second division a little later on. But now let's continue with Liverpool's chase for the first division title. Coming into the new year, they were top. And in January, Ian Rush made sure they stayed there with a brilliant hat-trick against Aston Villa at Villa Park.
So, Aston Villa leading by Mortimer's goal to kick off at the start of the second half. There's Gary Shaw. And here's Ian Rush. Another chance for him. Williams couldn't get to him. And that's 1-1. After 15 seconds of the second half. And Liverpool have got a player over here in this attack. This is Souness. And Nicol is the man coming in for the header. And Rush was on the far side. Oh, what a tremendous shot. Well, they had a player over, and it was Ian Rush. Here's Steve Nicol. Oh, and he's hovering again. There is Rush. Well, I say, the man just can't be stopped. It's a hat-trick.
Raphael Meade made a great start for Don Howe in his first match in charge at Arsenal. That was at home to Watford.
Again, Davis playing a long ball forward. David Cork is after it. Rostering back for Watford. Woodcock. Oh, a deflection there. Allinson looking to turn it back again, does so, and the goal by Raphael Meade, putting Arsenal in the lead with a little over 6 minutes gone.
One goes in.
And Meade has done it again. And Arsenal give themselves that breathing space right at the start of the second half.
But it's Watford coming away again through Nigel Callaghan. Played on now for Maurice Johnston.
Now, can they get back into it this way? They can, and Johnston has done it again. Here's Kenny Sansom again. In time for Meade, and it's his hat-trick. No wonder he smiles.
But what do you make of Watford? In their 42 First Division games, they scored 68 times, but they led in 77, and only Wolves conceded more. We've seen them lose 3-0 at Arsenal, but here's a day when they scored 5 at Notts County, and this after being 2 down.
that's Riley, and that's Jacket. And off Hunt for an own goal. Well, poor David Hunt, he really didn't know much about it. This is Johnston. And Barnes. Skip round Benjamin there, and Hunt's clearance only came as far as Rostron, whose cross-in finds Les Taylor. And Callahan! Oh, what a good shot. That's a beauty. He's entitled to celebrate there, Nigel Callahan. A sweet strike of the ball as it came across. Rostron. Riley. Rostron again. Always looks to attack, and he's pushed a good ball forward there to Johnston. Wide of him is Callahan with a drive. Oh, his second. And an even better one, perhaps. Little back heel, and Callahan seizing a chance to shoot again. Johnston, and Barnes is there. Against the bar, Riley. Oh, bad luck on the keeper, but it's a goal for George Riley. 4-2 to Watford in the first minute of the second half. Christie getting up with Terry, and the ball bouncing conveniently for him. Here's Richards. McFarland takes on Franklin. McCulloch near post. Christie! That's a well-taken goal, and very well made too. Poor clearance though. Rostron back in. Riley's there, waiting for Barnes to take over. John Barnes blocked by Harkook. Riley now. It's a good ball too. Taylor. Barnes, Les Taylor. Oh, that's a brilliant break by Les Taylor. Really is. And the chip across could find Johnston. What a fine goal to make it 5.
Immediately after that, Watford beat West Ham 4-2. They drew 4-4 with Everton, and then were well beaten at Leicester in a game notable for some outstanding goals.
Peak. 3 runners ahead of him. Oh, I say, what a cracking goal. Andy Peak now back to cover the goal. Barnes. Sims. Oh, yes! Wolf Rostron had to really stretch for it. Andy Smith got a knock on the temple a few moments ago. And there's Peak! Oh, I say, he's done it again! Leicester City endeavouring to take the game by the throat with Watford reduced to 10 men. Comes to Lineker, that's good play. And he got it through Sherwood. Smith's header, Alan Smith, and he scores.
In fact, it seems to have been a season of high scoring, and Ron Atkinson brought Manchester United to Luton in February for another live TV game. United won 5-0, and Ron felt that day that United could now well go on and win the First Division title.
Also again today about the word about the referee, and we saw in that Spurs-Forest game that Alan Robinson does allow it to the advantage we played so often. And here's Robson, and a goal!
Well, we were saying, Brian, about him getting in there and making runs and getting through and always looking dangerous, and there you are, and he goes. A little deflection, and I thought a little bit unlucky possibly the goalkeeper there. Deflection off the defender, but United won up.
And here and again.
Towards right side this time, and that's 2.
Horton. Elliott with the header.
Now Bunn with a shot. What a save. Oh, you could go a long time this season before you see a better save than that.
Whiteside. Duxbury.
And Robson. And that's 3.
Well, it could be serious. It could be serious because he certainly clashed with the goalkeeper as he flicked it over him. I mean, a goal looked always on, Brian. As soon as the ball was played forward, I was sitting up here, I thought there's going to be a goal, because Robson raced away there, got in front of the defender, and once he gets there, the goalkeeper committed himself, flipped it over him, and that's the collision there. It's injured him. But I mean, a super goal again from Brian Robson.
Whiteside, Stapleton. Robson. Ooh, a nice little touch on there for Moses. Now Muren. Moses again. And Whiteside getting it back. The mistake by Donachie. And Stapleton! That makes it 4. Graham, the substitute on for Brian Robson. Muren. Not really getting it away. In goes Wilkins again. A touch by Muren. And Stapleton again. And another one, this time by Whiteside. And that makes it 5.
So there were 5 reasons why Ron Atkinson thought United would win the championship. But a lot of people had a soft spot for Brian Clough and Nottingham Forest. But Forest were their own worst enemies, particularly when it came to the last minutes of game. Here they are leading 2-1 against Spurs at Nottingham in the final minute.
There's Stevens again. A real last-ditch effort now for Tottenham. Still got possession. Roberts playing it in. Abbott's trying to get in there. It's an awkward bouncing ball, and it nearly confused Danderson. Houghton playing it for Ardiles. Last desperate seconds. Houghton! They've equalised! Right at the end. What an amazing finale. A moment ago, Archibald's header was saved by Van Broekelen. Spurs were not to be denied right at the end. What an excellent piece of control by Chris Houghton. And a fine equalising goal for Tottenham.
And again, it's 0-0 against Arsenal as we reach the last minute, again in Nottingham.
Davis for Arsenal. The Mariners chasing hopefully here. Oh, he's made it! Paul Mariner with his first goal for Arsenal. Looks as though he's won them the match and the 3 points in the last minute of the match.
Paul Mariner's goal for Arsenal, and a week later, an own goal by Paul Hart meant that Forest lost again in the last minute away to Wolves. Indeed, Forest lost 8 points with those goals conceded right at the end, and it's probably worth pointing out that they only finished 6 points behind Liverpool, so they certainly were a costly 3 minutes. It left the Forest fans saying, if only, if only. Certainly no speculation about Liverpool, though. Meantime, they again met their neighbours Everton, and the 2 sets of Merseyside fans at Goodison Park stood side by side and provided a lesson for everyone in a season when crowd troubles again provoked so much attention. And Everton were now a vastly improved team. A late goal gave them a deserved 1-1 draw.
Kennedy, Robinson, Johnston.
Two Everton men are over there. Oh, and he's got past them both. The clip in towards Rush with a header. 1-0. Rush has done it again. 6 minutes to go. Way up. Sharper. Heath up. Now can Harper make it? Yes, he can. 1-1.
So, frustration for Bruce Grobbelaar, but Liverpool were on their way to the title, Everton were on their way to the FA Cup. And in the second division, the crowds were now flocking out to see the front runners, as at Chelsea, when they kept up their momentum against Oldham Athletic.
Flick on by Dixon for Speedy. That's good play by Chelsea. David Speedy. Chelsea must be looking for something here. It's Nevin. And here's Kerry Dixon with a great chance. And somehow he's made it. Kerry Dixon's 24th goal of the season. Persistence the key. It's Mickey Thomas turning it into Nevin. Penalty. Foden on Nevin. And Clive Thomas couldn't have been better placed. He was standing there, right in front of the incident. Here's McAndrew, who gets it right first time, and it's 3-0 to Chelsea.
The same day, a mile or so away, Newcastle were gaining a valuable point at Fulham.
McDermott. Waddle again with Anderson going outside him. And the overhead kick is in from Beardsley, to the surprise and astonishment of the Fulham defence and to the delight of his Newcastle teammates. With 3 minutes gone for Peter Beardsley, it's his 11th of the season. 1-1, Peter Scott, right from the kick-off. And this is a fixture that has a tremendous tradition of producing goals and exciting contests. We've had 2 goals in 30 seconds. Gale, in for Davis. Marvellous goal! And Gordon Davis, a piece of quick thinking from Tony Gale's free kick. And a landmark for Davis, his 100th goal in the Football League. And what a way to get it. This is what? For McDermott. Keegan's gone to the near post. Keegan!
And when Newcastle went back home, 37,000 fans were there to see a crucial match against Sheffield Wednesday. But it wasn't Newcastle's day.
Mel Sterland assessing the possibilities at the throw. Mike Lyons looks to meet it. It might come for Megson. It might come here for Shelton. Gary Shelton.
It was now that fullback Mel Sterland became Sheffield Wednesday's hero. Penalties on successive Saturdays brought Wednesday 6 points and to the threshold of Division 1. The first was against Grimsby.
And Pearson's header and Cunningham closing. And Moore, did he hold him? The referee says penalty. Cunningham went down under challenge from Kevin Moore, who feels aggrieved. He's looked across at the linesman, but the officials had no doubt. Now, Mel Sterland takes the responsibility against Nigel Batch, who's waving his arms up and down on the line. And Sterland scores!
A week later, it was a penalty against Crystal Palace.
The tempo is rising as Cunningham is inside the area, appeals for penalty. Penalty it is! Cunningham, for the second week running, is brought down inside the penalty area. Murphy protests, Gilbert protests. The decision will stand. Now Melvin Sterland has scored 3 times in the last 5 matches, and it was his penalty against Grimsby last week which won the match. Can he do it again? He'll hit it hard, he'll hit it through!
So Sheffield Wednesday now assured of promotion. But could they also take the Second Division Championship? Not if Chelsea had anything to do with it, and they went to Manchester City and took a giant step towards the title with 2 thrilling goals.
Over McCarthy's head this time. Nevin with Wilson, he's got round him. Will he try one from here? What a superb goal by Nevin! Dixon the target here. Canaville. Oh yes, speedy. Dixon, what a fantastic goal.
Kerry Dixon finished with 34 goals for Chelsea, and they finished with the title. But the real romance of the Second Division was still to be played out at Newcastle. They clinched promotion with a 4-0 win over doomed Derby County. So much to celebrate there up at St James's Park, and more to come when Keegan made his farewell in the final match at home to Brighton.
Anderson now for Newcastle. The crowd willing this goal. Keegan, Beardsley, Waddle. It's hit the post and Keegan! He's done it! Courtesy of the upright, Kevin Keegan has signed on with a goal. That's what the Geordies wanted. Keegan gets his 28th goal of the season. First time ball, a good one. On it goes towards Ryan. And what a mistake by the defender. Rhoda slipped. Truick. In it comes again to Keegan. And a fine cross to Wobble. Oh, yes! Keegan proves, as he has done so often through his career, he's not just a scorer of goals, he's a creator too. Carney with the clearance. Getting with a spectacular attempt to clear, but it drops for Beardsley. And Keegan. And Beardsley again. And Beardsley still. Oh, magnificent! What a great goal by Peter Beardsley! And that is rounding it off in style. And Kevin Keegan would have been proud of that one himself. What a great goal. And that's the final whistle and the final chapter in one of the most remarkable and moving stories in English football history. Kevin Keegan, after 16 years and 500 league games, has rounded off his career in the style which literally made him the hero and the great player he is. Everyone in St James's Park standing to applaud their congratulations. The Brighton players going to shake Keegan's hand, and the Newcastle players too, playing their part in these scenes of great emotion. Everyone in the stand on their feet now. The photographers, as usual, surrounding the little man with the familiar number 7 jersey. And Kevin Keegan, who's graced the game, says farewell.
But if Keegan was the man of the season at Newcastle, down in the 3rd division, Jim Smith, the Oxford United manager, could claim to be the same. He led Oxford to a profitable cup run and an unassailable lead in the league. They won it by 8 points, and a glimpse of Oxford's form now as they went to Walsall and won 1-0.
Mitchellwood. Caswell knocking it down then to Rhodes-Brown. Oh, what a goal from Peter Rhodes-Brown.
And what a season for Wimbledon. They were on their way to promotion when they beat Walsall at Wimbledon. Walsall having shown so much promise earlier on in the 3rd division.
Now Hodges, and Evans can go again here. Brazier made the challenge. Referee was very well placed to ensure that was not a foul. This is Hodges. And Alan Cork was in there. That's a splendid goal by him. His 31st of the season, and beautifully taken. It'll be Thomas to Downs. That's his cross, it's awkward. Oh, it's gone in. Well, would you believe it? Wally Downs. Tony Godden deceived completely.
Back in Division 1, the battle was on for places in Europe, and West Ham and Queen's Park Rangers were 2 of the contenders. Their match at Upton Park was notable for one of Trevor Brooking's finest performances, and also a goal of rare quality by Queen's Park Rangers' Clive Allen.
Brooking. They've got to stop him soon. Oh, just wide. What a great run by Brooking.
Brooking saying, well, let me have a go, and finds Pike. Brooking again, really in the mood. Oh, and that's a delightful ball if Walford to get there. Left foot and a good one, and Pike! He scores! 1-0. And Swindlehurst in there this time, but it was Finnick who got it away. But here's Brooking once more. What a game he's having. Pike. Walford. Or in for Pike again. There's Brooking, so far forward in this game. Oh! and almost getting it in by the near post, and it was the feet of Hucker that kept it out. Looking. Swindlehurst and Cottee are up as well. That's the ball for Cottee. Inch perfect. A brilliant goal. Trevor Brooking has made another goal. Look at that for a pass. Talk about inch perfect. With some good finishing by young Cottee for all that. 2-0 to West Ham. Brooking. Plenty up now for West Ham. For Cottee. And again he's gone past Hucker. Oh, and he hit it straight at Wicks. Fillery shaking off Cottee. Clive Allen. Oh, lovely play by Allen. Brilliant skills. A goal that puts Rangers back in the hunt. That was quite remarkable and well worth looking at again. Completely mesmerising those West Ham defenders. The way is clear, and it's a lovely ball into the corner past Philpotts by Clive Allen. Burke with the corner. And it's into the back of the nets, and I think Clive Allen will claim that one as well, and it's 2-2.
And there were emotional scenes at the end of the season at Upton Park when Trevor Brooking finally retired.
So with his son Warren, his little daughter Colette, and his wife Hilka, this is some day for Trevor Brooking.
When Arsenal met Spurs in another London derby game, there was speculation about the futures of Don Howe, seeking the Arsenal job on a permanent basis, and Keith Birkinshaw, who had announced his retirement at Tottenham at the end of the season. In the event, the crowd were left talking about a thriller and another brilliant goal, this time from Charlie Nicholas.
It's a good time to be taking on Spurs, of course, without so many players in the midfield. Simpson getting that across towards Mariner. Without Hoddle, of course, and without Ardiles. And today without Mike Hazard. Woodcock. Touch for Robson. And a goal for Arsenal. But now Paul Davis is on. To face this Tottenham corner. Alvin with it, curling in, and Stevens! It's anybody's guess, and somehow they kept it out. Powerful header by Stevens. Nicholas. What a lovely flick. This time Woodcock's onside. And he's got Mariner at the far post. He spotted him, and the cross is too deep. But Robson. Can he get round Perryman? Many have tried, and he has succeeded. But in the end, it comes off Putin for an Arsenal corner. Mariner. Comes to Charlie Nicholas. He's going through them all, he is. He's going past the keeper too, and he scored! Just look at the North Bank in response to that delightful little goal by Charlie Nicholas. The finish was not all that strong, but the lead up to it was just magic. All this. And suddenly it deflects for him. He goes around the keeper too. He didn't really hit it well, but unfortunately for Spurs, their defenders had overrun it, and it nestles in the back of the net. Now Crooks, maybe it's a quick reply from Tottenham. Archibald! What an amazing couple of minutes. Mariner, nice little flick on. Good touch by Woodcock. A beautiful touch by Charlie Nicholas, and Woodcock on his way. A brilliant goal for Arsenal, 3-1. No wonder
they celebrate, both on the field and off it. Riemann. And O'Leary's header away, only as far as Archibald. My word, he's done it again!
3-2 to Arsenal then. Don Howe got the job. Keith Birkinshaw reflected on his life at Spurs.
I've not too much to say about it. I think what I've had to say has already been said. I've had a tremendous 9 years with Spurs. Because I was coach when we went to the semi-final of the League Cup with Terry Neal. And that was a good year also. And the 8 years that I've had as manager have been tremendous.
So, in the last weeks, we were left with the sight of Manchester United stumbling, Queen's Park Rangers making a late dash towards the top, Southampton too, and Nottingham Forest. But in the end, it was Liverpool who did enough to win the First Division of the Canon League. Perhaps at the end of 9 months and 65 games, to say nothing of the approaching European Cup final, even Liverpool began to feel the strain a bit. 3 of their last 4 matches were drawn, including a thriller at Anfield against Ipswich that went some way towards saving Ipswich's First Division place.
And Gates shoots and scores. "19 minutes gone and Ipswich Town take the lead on a ground where they've never won." Walk is waiting behind the penalty spot to run in. It's been played short again to Lee. It's come back to Phil Neal to drive. And Kennedy might hit one. And what a goal! Kennedy, movement up front from 4 Liverpool players. Zondervan's header depriving Whelan. Putney's clearance only finding Lee. And now Phil Neal. And Craig Johnston operating mainly on the right in this first half. Whelan's come this side as well now. And Neal. And Lee. Walks made his run near post. And it ran on. And now Ian Rush has equalled Roger Hunt's record. Sunderland had time to turn and look up. Nice ball into Davray. Here's Gates. Oh, that's a tremendous goal. Well, we're having a treat today.
So, to recap, as they say, in the 4th Division, York City are the champions. And what reason to celebrate there? 101 points, and they lost only 7 out of their 46 league games. They now go into the 3rd Division. Doncaster, Reading and Bristol City were also promoted. In the 3rd Division, well, it was Oxford United's title. Also promoted, Wimbledon and Sheffield United. Chelsea are back in the 1st Division, and it's been quite a while at Stamford Bridge since we saw scenes of such happiness. But Chelsea go up with Sheffield Wednesday and Newcastle as champions. But more than anything else, it was Liverpool's year yet again. 7 championships in the last 9 years, their 3rd successive title. And their appetite nicely sharpened, you can be sure, for it all to start again next season.